Welcome everyone to Universe Media. Today we're going to be talking about Loki episode 3. We just got done watching it and not the direction I thought they were going to go in.
It was more dark, even on the camera, like the setting was dark.
Yes, so at the beginning of this it gives you kind of like a recap of what just happened. Gives you a little bit more information on how the female Loki tricked. Hypnotized and got information on the timekeepers from the TVA agent. And so it kind of gives you a little bit of backstory. That way, you know, it's been a week. You forgot most of the things. And then it goes off from where Loki jumps into the portal following his female self, I guess. And the female Loki is going to, I don't know, trying to overthrow the timekeepers, or they come to bargain with them, or whatever.
This is the hard part about Loki, is like you don't know what's going to go happen.
Yeah, so a lot of...
You think you figured it out, and then Loki tricked you into thinking you figured it out, but you didn't.
So this whole entire episode really talks about and shows the relationship between Loki and himself. But a woman.
And she doesn't like being called Loki. She is called Sylvie.
Yeah, so from now on we'll be calling her Sylvie.
Which is good.
That way we don't gotta keep saying the female Loki or the male Loki. And so this episode, they got in this fight with the TVA agents, and they teleported themselves to another dimension or timeline. And unfortunately for them, this was one of the worst apocalypses in pretty much history.
And they can't get out because
their time machine device. Timeline
device.
The
battery died, and then Loki got drunk and crushed it.
Yeah, so...
Which, that was fun.
So basically, this whole episode is them trying to get back to the timeline is the TVA in a timeline, or is it just kind of like its own thing?
Is it its own planning?
Is it its own reality? So they're trying to get back to where they were, and maybe go through with the plan, or is Loki still trying to stop Sylvie? I'm not sure. So they had to try to find some sort of power device to power their timeline. I forgot what exact word. It was like this really complicated word. So we're going to call it timeline device. And so they find this random woman living in the middle of nowhere.
It's gonna shoot you with some weird
Sylvie
thing.
comes in, guns blazing, and then she gets shot with this really cool blaster. I wish I had that in real life.
And then Loki was like, you know what? He sees a photo of this woman and a man, so he makes himself look like that old man, and he gets blasted.
Really funny part. The whole video is spoilers, by the way, so...
If you didn't watch Loki, then go do that before you watch this.
Probably should have said that
a
few minutes ago, but sorry.
But we're excited to talk about this.
So yeah, it was a really funny part. He was talking about, it's been so long since I've seen you, I've missed you, you're as beautiful as the day I've lost you, or whatever. And then she shoots him because she said, he never said anything that nice to me. So that's really funny. And it really shows the differences, even though they are technically the same person, the differences between Sylvie and Loki.
And their power.
But this old lady tells them that they have to go to the train, but they'll never get a ticket. It's a long line to get a ticket. Because, by the way, this planet is going to get destroyed by another planet or moon, and is going to just basically run into it, and that didn't turn out well for them, to say the least. So they get on the train by Loki's plan. He
dresses up like the officers.
He dresses up like one of the officers and tries to make it seem like he's escorting Sylvie to the train.
But then the guy asked for their ticket, and Sylvie enchanted.
Yeah, enchanted him. That was the enchanting sound that you heard.
That's what she calls it. It's hypnotizing.
Yeah, so then they get into the train, and then everything's all great. This really shows their bond growing because they got to talk while on the table, at the table, and just they got to know each other more. And
and then Sylvie fell asleep, and Loki got drunk.
Hey, yeah, woo. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing there. It was really entertaining to watch Loki just sing like crazy, and it was really funny.
And then they got caught.
Loki threw a guy out of the train, and then they said, "Hey,
let's throw Loki out of the train.
That looked like fun. I'm gonna throw you out the train."
And then Sylvie jumped out of the...
And then Sylvie, knowing that Loki has the timeline device thing, she jumps out the train. But because Loki fell out of the train, it broke the timeline device thing. And so their hopes is done for.
And then Sylvie screams.
Sylvie screams. Really cool scream, by the way. That was cool. It used magic, and yeah, it was really cool. So
I hear she can scream and be like that.
Yeah, it'd be a great way to release some stress. Sylvie, if you're watching, I need to know how to do that. They thought, we're just gonna sit here until we die, basically. And then Loki's like, let's get on the Ark. But Sylvie was like, yeah, the Ark doesn't get off this planet. But then he's like, but it never had us on it. So the timelines are really confusing. It's like, well, this certain thing happens, like the butterfly effect stuff. So they think maybe they could change what's going to happen. Really weird part, by the way. This happens so fast. They just go through there and kick butt through the whole way. Had some near misses. They had this building almost fall on them, and then they just move on like nothing happened. And then all of that fighting and trying to get through there was for nothing. And it was really ominous to see the Ark explode, and then just watching Loki just stand there.
Zoe just walks away.
It was really powerful. It's like, we lost. It's over. It's kind of like an Endgame or an Infinity War when all the heroes were just getting dusted away. So, wow, it was just really powerful. And this is only episode 3 out of 6. So, looking forward to seeing how they get out of this planet. Maybe the TVA comes through. But another thing we forgot to mention is Sylvie tells Loki that someone in the TVA used to be a normal person. The TVA, I guess, recruited them, and so Loki thought they just existed in the TVA realm, reality thing, and turns out not to be true. And this kind of maybe alludes to maybe the TVA being the bad guys. So, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think they're the bad guys, or do you think they're just trying to throw us off?
Probably throwing us off. Like I said, if you think you figure something out, and then Loki tricked you.
We all thought that this Loki was going to be Mephisto, and then turned out, nope.
She doesn't even want to be a Loki.
Maybe Mephisto's still in there somewhere. Maybe he saves them. I don't know. This is really weird, and it's like it has everything that we've seen in all the movies so far. Does that not matter anymore because the timeline's all messed up? I mean, there's so many different things.
Did Infinity War or Endgame even happen?
Are they going to revive Thanos through this? There's so many different possibilities, and I think this is just building up to them saying, hey, our universe is getting piled up. We've already killed off some really good superheroes like Iron Man. Captain America is, he went into other timelines. Sorry, light. I keep hitting this light. So, a lot of different possibilities.
Black Widow jump.
Yeah, so we already killed off so many superheroes. So if we make different realities, different timelines, we can bring those superheroes back without having to bring those actors back, in case those actors don't want to reprise their role. Looking at you, Robert Downey Jr. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how episode 4 goes. And yeah, we're getting closer to the end, which is really sad. But let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Maybe your theories for the next episode. So we'll see you then. Have a good week, and click like and subscribe. We gotta figure out an outro thing for this channel. So we'll see you there. What's supposed to happen in this timeline?